The shadow in the rain. I've always been drawn to the unknown, the eerie whispers of myths and urban legends that linger in the corners of the internet. Ghost stories, paranormal games, cryptic rituals, they fascinate me. I'm not easily scared. Horror movies? They're entertaining, but none have ever truly shaken me. The only things that get close are Japanese horror films, with their unsettling atmospheres and creeping dread, or real-life terrors like being followed in the dark or waking up to find someone in your home. Those are the kind of fears that crawl under your skin and stay there. As a skeptic, I've always wanted to test the boundaries of my courage. So, when I stumbled across a blog dedicated to horror, a shadowy corner of the web filled with chilling tales and master lists of paranormal games, I couldn't resist. I won't name the blog, it deserves its anonymity. Among its posts was a collection of rituals, each one promising to summon spirits or invite the supernatural into your life. I scrolled through them, searching for one that would give me the thrill I craved, one that would make me. I settled on the bath game, a ritual rooted in Japanese folklore. The idea of summoning a ghost named Daruma-san, a spirit that would stalk you for an entire day, sent a shiver of excitement through me. The rules were specific, almost obsessive in their precision. I memorized them, reading the post again and again until I was certain I wouldn't miss a step. Last night, I decided it was time to play. The house was silent, my 3 roommates lost to sleep. I waited until the witching hour, when the world was still, and began. Stripping off my clothes in my bedroom, I glanced into the hallway to ensure no one would see me. The bathroom was directly across from my room, its door slightly ajar. I slipped inside, shutting it behind me, and plugged the tub. The faucet groaned as I turned it on, cold water pooling in the bottom of the porcelain basin. I sat on the edge, waiting as it filled, my heart thudding with a mix of anticipation and skepticism. When the tub was nearly full, I turned off the tap and flicked off the light. The bathroom wasn't pitch black dark. A faint glow from the window filtered through the window, casting long, thin shadows across the tiles. I climbed into the tub, realizing too late I'd sat facing the wrong way, not toward the faucet, as the rules demanded, but away from it. Daruma-san was supposed to appear behind me, but I'd already messed up. I shrugged it off. It was just a game after all. Closing my eyes, I dipped my hands into the water, washing my hair, and began chanting. Daruma-san fell down, Daruma-san fell down. The words felt hollow, like a nursery rhyme gone wrong. The blog had promised a vivid mental image, a woman slipping in the tub, her eye impaling itself on the faucet, her blood mixing with the water. I saw nothing. No ripples disturbed the surface, no icy breath grazed my neck. The tub didn't shift as if someone else had risen from it. I stifled a laugh. This was absurd. I was sitting naked in a cold bath, chanting to a ghost who clearly wasn't care to show up. Since I didn't feel her presence, I skipped the final step, asking, "Why did you fall in the tub?" and finished washing my hair. Standing up, I felt a brief wave of dizziness, my balance tilting for a moment, but I brushed it off. I stepped out, dried myself, and left the bathroom, shutting the door behind me. In my room, I dressed, crawled into bed, and fell asleep, feeling like an idiot for even trying. Morning came, and the world felt unchanged. I woke up groggy but normal, the ritual already fading into a memory of last night's foolishness. Over breakfast, my mother mentioned she'd woken in the night to use the bathroom and had drained the tub, thinking I'd forgotten to do it. The rules had been clear, but since the game hadn't worked, I didn't care. I shrugged it off and offered to run to the store for her, needing a few things anyway. It was early, the streets nearly empty. Kids shuffled towards school, their backpacks swaying, while adults lingered in their homes before work. A light rain pattered against the pavement, so I grabbed my umbrella. As I stepped outside, I couldn't help but smirk at the memory of last night. Just for kicks, I glanced over my right shoulder, half expecting to see nothing. Of course there was nothing. I laughed under my breath and kept walking. The main road was just ahead, the shops on the other side. The rain had thickened, blurring the world into a gray haze. No cars passed. The street was eerily quiet. Through the mist, I saw someone standing across the road, near the store I was heading to. A woman. She wore a soaked white dress, her long black hair draped over her face, obscuring her features. "Oh, come on," I muttered. It was such a cliché, ripped straight from every Japanese horror movie I'd ever seen. Was someone messing with me? She wasn't behind me, so she couldn't be Daruma-san. Maybe she was just another early shopper, caught in the rain like me. But she didn't move, not an inch. The rain poured harder now, drumming against my umbrella, and she just stood there, facing the store that was only a few steps away from shelter. I stepped onto the road, keeping my distance. She wasn't in my path, so I ignored her, tilting my umbrella to block her from view. The store's entrance loomed ahead, and I quickened my pace. When I reached the door, I shook out my umbrella and glanced back. The street was empty. No woman, no white dress, no black hair, just rain and silence. My stomach twisted. Had she ducked around the corner? I shook my head, pushing the unease away, and went inside. The store was brightly lit, the hum of fluorescent lights grounding me. I grabbed what my mom needed, milk, bread, eggs, some bread, and paid quickly, eager to get home. The rain had eased by the time I stepped outside, the clouds parting to reveal a pale, watery sun. I retraced my steps, crossing the main road toward the alley that led to my street. It was a narrow shortcut, flanked by high brick walls, one I'd taken countless times. But as I reached the alley's entrance, I stopped short. There she was, the woman from the road. She stood in the center, middle of the alley, her back to me, her white dress still dripping wet despite the rain having stopped. Her hair hung limp, swaying slightly as though caught in a breeze I couldn't feel. My pulse hammered in my ears. This wasn't supposed to happen. The game hadn't worked. I hadn't summoned anything. I backed away, deciding to take the long way around. The long way. The alley wasn't worth it. I turned down another street, my steps quickening as I looped toward home. But as I approached my street, I froze. She was there again. Not in the alley's center, but at its edge, so close I could have touched her if I'd reached out. Her head was turned slightly, her hair parting just enough to reveal a single, unblinking eye. It locked onto mine, wide and bloodshot, her mouth hanging open in a slack, unnatural angle. I ran. My feet pounded against the sidewalk, the shopping bag banging against my side. I didn't look back. I couldn't dare. My lungs burned as I reached my house, fumbling with the key until the door swung open. I stumbled inside, dropped the bag on the counter, and bolted to my room, slamming the door shut. My heart raced, my breath coming in gasps. I climbed into bed, pulling the covers over my head like a child hiding from the dark. Exhaustion overtook me, and I must have passed out. I woke to a weight on my chest, heavy and cold. The room was dark, the curtains still drawn, letting in only slivers of light. Something was wrong. I blinked, my eyes adjusting to the gloom, and saw her, the woman. She was standing on my bed, her bare feet sinking into the mattress. The sheet was twisted around her neck like a noose, her soaked dress clinging to her skeletal frame. Her hair hung in wet strands, revealing one eye, huge, unblinking, staring straight through me. Her mouth gaped, her jaw unnaturally loose, as if it might fall away entirely. I tried to scream, but my voice caught in my throat. What are you doing?" I managed to choke out. Her head tilted, the movement slow and jerky, like a broken doll. The air grew colder, the room shrinking around me. I squeezed my eyes shut, willing her to disappear. When I opened them, she was gone. The bed was empty, the sheet neatly tucked in. My room was silent, but I knew she wasn't gone. Not really. That brings us to now. I'm writing this from my room, the door locked, the curtains drawn. Every creak of the house makes me jump. Every shadow seems to move. I don't know what I've done, what I've unleashed. The bath game wasn't a game. It was a summons, a door I opened without understanding what lay beyond. I've tried researching online, searching for ways to end the ritual, to banish her. But the blog post is gone, deleted as if it never existed. The forums I found warn against playing the bath game. Again, stories of others who saw her, who felt her, who ran but couldn't escape. They say she doesn't stop. She follows. She waits. I don't want to look over my shoulder. I don't want to see her standing there, her eye fixed on me, her mouth gaping. But I can feel her. The air is too heavy, the silence too thick. She's here, somewhere in the house. Maybe she's in the bathroom, waiting by the tub. Maybe she's in the hallway, just outside my door. Maybe she's standing behind me, her breath cold against my neck. I don't know what to do. All I know is this: don't play paranormal games you read online. Don't invite the unknown into your life, because once you do, it doesn't leave. She's here, and I don't think she's ever going away.